Okay, this is group 104 and we are talking about IDEs and their tools. So stay tuned as we bring you more details, more explanation on the IDEs and okay, so welcome back to the channel. So we said we are going to talk about integrated development environments and their tools. So as we begin, you first of all talk about the IDEs, the integrated development environment, before we move on to their tools. So somebody will ask, or somebody will be asking, what is the definition for? Is just a software that helps you to manage and maintain your codes when working as a developer or a coder. The IDEs helps you to manage your code. So we have a brief definition or some introduction of IDE. So said the introduction of IDE said an integrated development environment. IDEs is a software application that improves a comprehensive set of tools for software development, including coding, editing, building, debugging, and project management. So that's what it entails. So it's just a comprehensive set of tools for software development. So it includes code editing, building, debugging, and project management. Okay, so we have some importance of IDEs. So one, IDEs helps to improve productivity by automating tasks and streamlining development. Again, we can also talk about enhances code quality through syntax checking, code analysis and refactoring. Then again, we have it supports collaboration through version control and project management. Then we have it reduces errors with debugging and testing tools. So these are some of the importance of IDEs. Okay, so we move on to the first tool of the IDE. That's the code editor. So the code editor says it writes codes and edit code easily. So what the code editor does in software development. So one, syntax highlighting. So color coding of keywords and syntax for readability. Okay, so in this, the syntax highlighting, it highlights keywords and variables in syntax for better readability. So we have a code here we want to check. Okay, so we have this code here. You see, the code editor has highlighted some of the things in it. So we have the syntax here, that's the language, English. So see, the important things have been highlighted. So we have here to be in blue color. This one is just sky blue. Let's take it like that. Then you have orange. This one in orange. So it has highlighted the variables and the important keywords in the codes. So as you can see, all the code has been highlighted. So this one has been highlighted. See, this one, the class 2 has been highlighted. So yeah, this is what the code editor does. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, code completion. So auto suggest code snippets, functions and variables to speed up coding. So it speed up coding. So it brings auto suggestions. Then again, code refactoring. So rename variables, extract a method, and reorganize code for better structures. Then we have code folding. So the code folding collapses and expand code blocks for easily navigation. So, and again, error detection, underlines syntax errors and warnings for quick fixing. So we move on to the Project Explorer. So the Project Explorer navigates and manage your project files. So under the Project Explorer, we have file browsing. So the file browsing displays project files and folders in tree-like structure. So this one I can show you something small on that in my codes here. So this is the Explorer. As you can see, it's here, the Explorer. So this is my folder. I've named it Opoku Vectors and the index number is there. So if you click here, it will open the subfolders or the subfiles under it. So if you open this one to it will give you the image that I imported or I added in the codes. Then I have the index number in the text file. Then I have the index HTML, that's the main coding. Then I have the styles. The style is the CSS in my codes. The CSS in my code. So these are my CSS codes. Okay, so we talk about the snippet. So if you are typing in like this word, let me try typing it again, let's see. So poppins, oh, this is, it should have appeared, so we can press on enter for easy. So if it's familiar to the words in the code, it will pop up for you to just click on it, then you are good to go. Okay, so let's move on. Navigation. Quickly jump to specific files, classes or methods in the coding as we. So if you want to, so you see I click on the style.css in the file scratcher or the file browser and it opens straight forward. So that's what the navigation means. Then we have context menu. So the context menu help you to create, delete, rename and refactor your files and other things in the coding. Then we have filtering and searching. So this one finds files and code element using search and the filter option. So if you want to search for a code, you just use the search. It's just like using a normal search tab to search something through the computer or the internet. Okay, then we have project hierarchy. So that one visualizes project structure and relationship between the files. So that's the Project Explorer. Then we move on to debugging tools. Debugging tools. So the debugging tools identify and fixes errors efficiently. So under the debugging tools, we have pause code execution at specific points. So when you are coding and there is an error or something, the execution will pause at where the error is. Then it will prompt you for you to fix it to make your codes or your software more efficient. 2. Inspection. The inspection examines variables, object and data structure as runtime. At runtime. So it's not runtime, it's runtime. Sorry. Then we have stepping. So the stepping to execute code line by line, stepping into functions and procedure. So the stepping execute the code line from one line to another line, from one line to another line. So it doesn't start from here, like it jumps to here and it jumps to here. So according to how you have written the codes. Okay, then we have
testing frameworks and tools. Testing frameworks and tools ensures code quality and reliability. And here are some types of testing frameworks. One is unit testing frameworks. So the unit testing frameworks is a set of tools that help developers to write, run, and manage unit tests for their codes. And examples are JUnit, NUnit, and PyUnit. 2 is integration testing frameworks. The integration testing framework is also a set of tools that help developers to also write, run, and manage integration tests for their codes. Examples are Selenium and Appium. 3 is mocking frameworks. Mocking frameworks is a tool that allows developers to create mock objects to stimulate the behavior of real objects in the unit test. And examples are Jest, Test, ng, and jmock. Code analyze features. The code analyze features help improve code quality and maintainability. Here are some types of code analyze features. One is static analyze. The static analyze is a technique used to analyze software code without executing it. Two is inspection. The inspection check for coding standard, best practice, and errors. And code smell detection. The code smell detection is the process of identifying the code that may not be causing immediate problems but could lead to maintainability or performance issues in the future. Version control systems. The version control systems manage code changes and collaboration. Here are some types of version control system. So the first one is Git. And the Git is a version control system that allows developers to track changes, made to their codes. And we also have SVN, that is subversion. Sorry, the subversion is another version control systems that allow developers to track changes made to their code, collaborate with others, and manage different versions of their projects.
Let's continue our lesson to where we stopped. So we are moving on to building automation tools. So the building automation tool helps to streamline code compilations and deployment. So let's look at some of the things or some of the tools under the build automation tool. So under the build automation tool, we have compiling. So the compiling convert code into executable format. So after you have write your codes, after you are done with coding and you want to execute it, we use the compiler or the compiler as the build automation tool. You have the compiler that helps you to compile all your codes and execute them into an executable format. Then again, we have the building. So the building also is in a form of a package code that helps the code to deploy into a deployable format. Alright, then we have the packaging. So the packaging also creates installing or installable packages. So if your software is if your software will be compatible with a device or others, you need to be install it into a device before you can use it. So the packaging helps you to create installable packages that will be compatible to devices. Then we move on to the code refactoring tool. So the code refactoring tool helps to simplify and optimize code structure. So it optimizes code structure. So under it you have the automated refactoring tool. The automated refactoring tool that helps to improve code structure and readability. So to make your code readable, more readable, use the code refactoring tool, that is the automated refactoring tool. Then we have the code structuring improvement. So this one simplify and optimize the code. Alright then, so we move on to the code navigation features. So the code navigation features, I think we have already talked about file exploring. So this one is just a sub of it. So we have the code navigation features that helps you quickly find and understand code. So and then we have the go to definition. So we jump to variable or functions definitions. Then we have the find referencing. So the find referencing help to find where variables and functions are used. Then we move on to error detection and reporting. So the error detection and reporting just identify errors and resolve errors efficiently. So it will find the errors then help you to resolve it efficiently. So we have the tools under it. We have syntax error. So the error detection will highlight coding mistakes. Then runtime errors. So it catches errors during execution. Then we have error reporting. So the error reporting display messages and suggestions. Then we move on to additional tools and features. So additional tools that be encoded that will help you to enhance productivity and code quality. So we have one, the code snippet. So reusable code template. So it's in a form of code template that will help you to write your code. Then we have intelligence. So the intelligence is the context aware code completion and suggestion. So that one comes like a suggestion that will pop up for you to write your code. Then you have code formatting. So the code formatting helps you to style your code, then arrange your code in a beautiful and very readable layout. Alright, so to conclude everything, you have look at the tools under the IDEs. So all the tools will help you to have a very good, readable, maintainable, and a very nice coding. So if you execute it or you are using it as a software, you have a very nice software without errors. So the conclusion unlock efficient software development with IDE. So it unlock efficient software, so your software will become efficient, more reliable. So we have already talked about the importance of IDEs in software. So it improved productivity, enhances code quality, streamlined development process. This is the end of our lesson for today. So God willing, next time we meet and talk about more on other aspects of coding and web design. So see you next time.